Hello, I'm Laura and this is my new book, Feast Your Eyes on Food, a food encyclopedia of more than 1,000 delicious things to eat. It's a compendium of food and ingredients from all around the world with beautiful illustrations by Zoe Barker and bite-sized information about each thing. You'll find out facts about food you already know and hopefully discover some new things you've never heard of before. I'm a food writer and a cookbook editor, and before that I worked as a chef, so I thought I knew everything there was to know about food until I researched this book and found out there was plenty I didn't know. For example, on the tropical fruit page you can discover rambutan, this one here, whose name means messy hair, and when you see the picture you can certainly see why. And on the squashes page there's the only vegetable I know of that you can use to scrub yourself in the bath, as well as tasting wonderful in curries. It's the ridged gourd here, also known as the loofah or loofah. When we first talked about the idea for the book, the publisher at Magic Cat, Rachel, and I both agreed that although there are lots of lovely food books out there for adults, there really aren't any beautifully illustrated food encyclopedias aimed at children. And we both remembered when we were young enjoying poring over the illustrations of old-fashioned cookbooks and marvelling at all the delicious concoctions we could see. And we wanted to produce something that would create that same sense of fascination and fun for young children. So what's in the book? Well, at the start there are some pages about food in our bodies and how food affects our health and special diets. There's also information on how food affects the planet and the plants and animals that we share it with, and how we can make choices that can reduce our impact on the earth. There's also some information about where food comes from, because I think many of us don't really realise quite the long and complex journey food can take before it reaches our plates. But the main part of the book are the ingredients and foodstuffs themselves, and these are divided up into chapters on fruit, vegetables, dairy, cheese, meat and fish, vegetarian alternatives, starches like pasta and rice, flour, store-cupboard ingredients, baking ingredients, and just about anything you can think of really. And it was very hard to choose what to include in some cases because there just wasn't enough room on the page, but it was also a lot of fun, especially working on the cake spread, which I think has to be one of my favourite pages in the book. Then at the end of the book there are lists of 10 simple ways to cook each type of food. So I hope that will give you some inspiration for cooking some things you already know in different ways, or perhaps even trying something new. And if there's just one thing I want readers to take from the book, I think it would be the idea that although it is very important to eat healthily and consider the impact our food choices make on the planet, the focus of the book really isn't to tell you how you should eat. It's just to celebrate the wonderful and sometimes weird world of food, help you discover new things and have fun exploring food. So I really hope you enjoyed diving in.